It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sport. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Oakland as the Warriors go up against the Detroit Pistons. Looking at the Pistons, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. And as we take a few moments here, Shaq, the term basketball IQ is constantly thrown around these days. What exactly is meant by that? Because I don't have it.
Ernie, I have no
basketball
idea.
IQ.
You know, you can be smarter than me if you want to. You can be a Rhodes Scholar, but you know what I will do to you. Doesn't necessarily mean you make good decisions on the basketball court. Basketball IQ, that term is overrated, Ernie.
Maybe Kenny has an answer to this
I
one.
think most people, when they first hear about it, they're talking about seeing the floor, having the ability to operate in the flow of the game and understand the time and score relationship. That's what a basketball IQ is. Like not taking a three-point shot with 24 seconds on the shot clock when you're up 9.
Not fouling a jump shot.
Yeah, that's basketball IQ.
Right, okay, thank you. Kevin Harlan has
Shaq
a very
has that.
basketball IQ. Shaq has it too.
He just doesn't like it.
I went to BYB, Bust Your Butt University.
We're at the sold-out and noisy Oracle Arena. We've got the Detroit Pistons facing the NBA champion Golden State Warriors. Take a look at the Warriors. Well, they're entering a bit of a soft spot in their schedule, facing off guys against some of the lower-ranked teams in the league, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage and add their win total.
Well, this team is a lot of fun to watch. Everything seems to be going their way, but they're making their own breaks now. They're taking advantage of situations and opportunities, but they're doing everything right at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and they've been putting on a clinic. I mean, as fun to watch as any other team in the league. And with the calls and bounces that have gone their way, you really get the sense that this is their time.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. They've got Drummond. Marcus Morris is out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's Jackson, and it's Johnson in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Curry, and no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there.
And remember, you go back to when Steph Curry was in college, more of a shooting guard at Davidson, but he's worked relentlessly to not only improve his ball handling, but his vision. And now, all of a sudden, he's one of the most elusive ball handlers in the NBA.
Now here's Jackson after the miss from Stephen Curry. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
Jackson against Thompson. The drive by Jackson. Drummond. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses. Fast up and down the floor, quick off his feet, even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletic.
You talked about the raw physical tools. Then you factor in the 2 things as a big that I really value: great hands and quick feet. And he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him, as they say.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now here's Johnson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Morris passes to Jackson. For 3, clock at 4. The Pistons rebound. Harris outside. He dishes it to Morris. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
That's the 3rd straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
And Green gets it to go.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater.
Here's Jackson Following the basket by Draymond Green, and the wide-open shot from Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got his first points of the night. The Warriors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Barnes dishes to Thompson. The feed to Bogut. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Barnes kicks to Curry. The shot is off. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Pistons have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Johnson outside. There's the triple, and he gets it to go. Johnson's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range. And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
And here is Harris after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Morris against Barnes. High arcing shot. Morris, no good. Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Iguodala in for Klay Thompson. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Outside Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Curry against Jackson. Over to the wing. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. The Warriors leading. Iguodala kicks to Rush. Wants to get it to Iguodala and does. Up and in on the layup. Iguodala's got his first 2 points.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Here's Spates after the basket by Detroit. Green, the pass to Spates. Iguodala kicks to Curry. That one falls, coming off Iguodala's feet. Curry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And guys, Andre Iguodala entered this league as an athlete with raw skills. And bit by bit, though, he refined his game over the years, except in the one category, free throw shooting. In that one area, he was much better over the first 5 years of his career than he has been the last 5.
And we were talking about Iguodala's free throw shooting. It really is a miracle. He's become so efficient, Clark, in every other area of his game. But last year, in his 11th season, he shot the 2nd worst percentage of his career.
Sometimes, Kevin, it's simply a matter of confidence. You miss a few and it gets into your head, and before you know it, the harder you're trying, the worse it gets.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Curry. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Tolliver comes in for Morris.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Now here is Harris. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Jackson misses.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Livingston dishes to Iguodala. Over to the left wing. Down low. They get a hand on it. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Jackson missing again.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Beyond the arc. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a 3 at the horn as they end the quarter on a high note.
Couldn't agree more. That'll give him a nice little lift, I think, going into the next quarter.
And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp, not much stagnation at all on offense.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Thompson and Iguodala on the perimeter. Bogut out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in at the 1 spot. And the Warriors making a change here. Curry's checked in, and a switcher also for Detroit. Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines.
Well, you know, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Curry with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Bogut kicks to Barnes. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum. Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. Teamwork was the theme of the discussion in that huddle. He said, quote, good shots are there for us on the perimeter if we share the ball, work it around, and find the open man. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. Jackson against Curry. Jackson kicks to Drummond. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Jackson misses. And you look at Andre Iguodala, maybe the premier perimeter defender in the NBA is Glenn Clark of length and strength is hard to match.
Yeah, he does a terrific job. Versatile at the defensive end. He's had some injuries and his scoring numbers have dropped, but you look at his defensive impact, second to none. Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Now Curry. After the missed three from Reggie Jackson. Iguodala, the pass to Curry. Back to Iguodala. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Jackson's got 8 points.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Different look here for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Green comes in for Barnes. Brandon Rush. He's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Barbosa in for Thompson. Harris is checked in for Detroit. And yes, sir, that one drops.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Drummond with a screen on Curry. Jackson dishes to Drummond. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Maurice Spates. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Shaun Livingston, he's checked in for the Warriors. The Pistons have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. It's Jackson with the drive. Harris, right side. And yes, sir, that one drops. Harris has got the lead up to 2 now for the Pistons.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
Pistons have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. And the call will be against Shaun Livingston. That is his first foul of the game. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Pistons.
Aaron Baines.
It's Jackson with the drive, and there's another one for the Pistons.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct.
Rush gets the bucket.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. The Warriors making the shot. They swipe it.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Harris, there's the killer two-handed slam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And here's Jackson. He's got 10. Johnson for 3. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Warriors ahead. They're up by 1. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by.
Guys, I'm here with Stephen Curry. And Steph, Coach made a point of stating how important the physical presence would be in this game. How important is that going to be for the team in the second half?
That's a big deal. I mean, just being physical and, make the right plays and then hopefully put ourselves in good position to win.
You've got to match that opponent's intensity, Steph. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, give them credit for getting out on that fast break. They made a concerted effort to run every time. Not once, not twice, every time, and it paid off in points. I also thought it wore down the defense.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. A fantastic game from Draymond Green in this one.
And he really just broke out the entire arsenal of post moves there in that first half.
And I think he might even have a few more tricks up his sleeve. I mean, he'll break them out as we start heading down the stretch. I'm sure of that.
Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Reggie Jackson out there with Johnson. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Harris in at the 4. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. A nice bounce back year for Harrison Barnes Clark in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very athletic. He certainly passes the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
And the basket by Jackson. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end. And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
Jackson kicks to Morris. He feeds it to Harris. Shot clock at 5. Jackson has the open look. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Curry's shot is off. The Pistons lead it. On the wing, Johnson. Pass to Drummond. Takes the 13-footer. And it's sent back by Bogut. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. The number 1 overall pick in 2005, Andrew Bogut. Great expectations, Greg, for the big Aussie coming in.
Yeah, I mean, a phenomenal rebounder and rim protector. He's got that high basketball IQ from a defensive standpoint. You know, and on offense, he averaged over 20 points a game in college. He's an instinctive passer, just not much more you could ask for.
Outside Jackson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. A 3 from Morris. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got assist number 8 here in this one already.
And Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th in the same year. Eventually played for the same pro team. That is joined at the hip.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Green. Curry passes it to Barnes. He kicks to Iguodala. Thompson for three. Shot's good. Thompson's got his third basket of the night right there.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
The three from Morris. The Warriors pull it in. Bogut's got his fifth rebound right now in the game. And looking at the Morris brothers' careers through last season, the one area they haven't been joined at the hip in is in performance. Markieff has shown steady improvement over his first 4 years. Marcus Morris has had a very up and down start to his career.
And you know, Kevin, Marcus has talent. He has versatility. He just hasn't found his role. It's time for him to step out of his brother's shadow and really establish who he is as a player.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
On the wing, Jackson. He's covered by Thompson. Jackson against Thompson. Shot from the wing. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 4 this quarter. And not even 3 quarters out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put out.
I'm looking over there at Greg. He's enjoying every second of it,
Yes,
Clark.
he is.
Yeah.
Me
Listen,
too.
the fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
Harris misses.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
It's Thompson off. The drive, and again, it's the Warriors missing. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Harris up top. Jackson kicks to Harris. Out to the right wing. Feeds it to Morris. Left side, Jackson. Harris setting the pick for Jackson. 1:41 left to play here in the third. Another shot. And the shot falls short this time.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it. That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
The Pistons trail it. Jackson with it. Picked up by Thompson. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Some of Harrison Barnes' teammates have referred to him as the senator because of the way he carries himself. And, you know, a very level-headed, dignified young man, and just he has an air about it.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And then for Detroit, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Tolliver. Drummond comes in for Tobias Harris. And it's Johnson in for Morris. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Drummond. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. And Harrison Barnes at times has been criticized in the past for not being more, Clark, assertive on the court.
Well, you know, it's interesting. He had to weather the pressure of expectations since high school. I mean, people were comparing him to Kobe Bryant back then, but HB can't get caught up in that. He's got to be true to himself. You know what I tell guys? Do you.
Yeah.
Do you.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Green gets it to go.
My, he is so adept at finishing in the low post.
Pistons trailed by 3. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
From 11 feet away, Draymond Green with the rebound. Livingston dishes to Barbosa, and the wide open shot from Green. No good on the triple. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Warriors lead by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California.
Check it out.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Warriors leading by 3. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
Here's Jackson. Johnson, the pass to Jackson. 5 on the clock. At the elbow, it's Drummond. Harris. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Pistons making a change here. Morris has checked in. Golden State's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Kicks it to Green. Back to Curry. Shoots. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Iguodala's got 6 assists here tonight.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
One minute now into this fourth quarter, and it's sent back by Bogut. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Warriors leading by 7. Curry kicks to Bogut. Back to Curry. Golden State moving it around. Bogut dishes to Green. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Green's got 9 points here in the second half. Pass to Harris. Tries it from the top of the key. Good. Nothing but net.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Steve Kerr was just going over the plan with his team. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
The drive by Jackson, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Thompson against Jackson. Johnson wide open. He fires. No good on the triple. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against Phoenix. Outside for Curry. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Johnson attacking. Misses from close range.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Curry passes to Bogut. Curry kicks to Bogut. Back to Curry. And Green now, top of the key. Curry with it. Guarded now by Jackson. And the basket by Bogut.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in. On the wing, Harris, guarded by Green. The pass to Jackson. Johnson in the corner. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 6 points for Johnson.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Back to Curry. Green dishes to Bogut. Passes it to Green. And it's sent back by Drummond. Stolen by Thompson. Green, the pass to Curry. Another three for Golden State. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Warriors?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Barnes kicks to Green. Dishes to Curry. Back to Green. The feed now to Curry. On the wing, Thompson. Pass to Bogut. 6 to shoot. Thompson misses. Pistons trail by 12. Outside Jackson. Drummond a screen. Jackson dishes to Johnson. Elbow shot. And it's off the back rim. No good.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Bogut kicks to Thompson. The dish to Green. It's stolen by Harris. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Jackson's got the ball. Can't hit. Nice D from Bogut.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Warriors.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Yeah, it's a fun way to play, and it's fun to watch, too.
And on the year, looking at their record, this game will make it 49 wins.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them.
Sure did. I mean, this means they'll come out on top in the season series, 2-1 now. Got to be happy about that.
And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for Andrew Bogut. And the way he rebounded, he surely was a spark for the team as he was securing everything that came off the iron.
Thompson from long range. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That's his third foul of the game.
Detroit calls timeout.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
You other guys, as soon as the shot goes up,
6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, they can game plan all they want, but unless they can put more time on the clock, I think this bad boy's over.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they hope to get accomplished with this timeout here.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt that they'd come out on top.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, I'm here with Andre Iguodala. And Andre, what was the secret to seeing such a great output offensively?
Well, we know our defense is our catalyst to everything for our team. So as long as we play defense, get stops, rebounding was most important tonight. You know, they're one of the best rebounding teams in the league. We were able to do that and get out on a break.
Andre, thank you so much. Kevin, no surprise, one of the best defenders, always thinking about things on that end.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Andrew Bogut.
Tonight, Andrew Bogut was doing what he does best, scoring and getting under his opponent's skin and leading his team to victory. He did all the little things that you need to be a championship team. Plenty of offense, timely blocks, key rebounds. He was the guy tonight in the middle.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.